Iraq economic news and points to ponder Sunday morning, the 10th of August 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. The Iraq Stock Exchange ended the week with significant gains. Money and business economy news. Baghdad. The Iraq Stock Exchange announced, on Saturday, that it recorded strong gains in stock indices during the first week of August 2025, which witnessed the organization of 5 trading sessions from Sunday, August 3rd, to Thursday, August 7th. The market stated in its weekly report that the number of shares traded during this period exceeded 5 billion shares, with a financial value exceeding 16 billion Iraqi dinars. The ISX 60 closed at 960.27 points, up 8.16% from 881.94 points at the start of the week, while the ISX 15 rose 5.20% from 1,068.87 points to 1,127.47 points. The number of contracts executed for buying and selling shares of listed companies reached 6,797 contracts during the week. The Central Bank of Iraq imposes fines on banks and institutions amounting to more than 66 billion dinars. Banks economy news. Baghdad. The Central Bank of Iraq announced on Saturday that fines imposed on banks and non-banking institutions, exchange companies, amounted to more than 66 billion Iraqi dinars during the first half of 2025. Statistics from the bank showed that fines imposed on banks and financial companies during the past 6 months, starting from January, November until the end of last June, amounted to 66 billion, 210 million. and 955,000 dinars, indicating that the fines also included 77 administrative penalties for these banks and non-banking institutions, distributed between warnings, alerts, and grace periods. The bank stated that these fines are down from the same period last year, which amounted to 181 billion, 842 million. and 854,000 dinars, while penalties amounted to 151, distributed between warnings, cautions, and grace periods. The bank did not name the banks subject to the fines or administrative penalties. There are approximately 51 private banks, including 23 private commercial banks and 28 private Islamic banks. Kurdistan fields recover, producing more than 200,000 barrels per day. Energy economy news. Baghdad. The Economic Observatory ECHO Iraq revealed on Saturday that the Kurdistan region's oil production has exceeded 200,000 barrels per day. The observatory reported that the oil fields in the region that were bombed have resumed operations, and their daily production has increased to more than 200,000 barrels. It noted that the most prominent producing fields include Shikhan, Tak, Bashkabir, Kormala, and Sarsink. He explained that the region and Baghdad have not yet reached an agreement on resuming oil exports due to disagreements over the wages of companies operating in the region. Adding that, resolving the crisis requires a meeting between the 3 parties involved or the payment of the company's wages, which the federal government rejects. Earlier, the observatory observed a decline in oil production in the Kurdistan region from 280,000 barrels per day to just 81,000 barrels. Following a series of explosive drone attacks targeting oil facilities between July 14 and 17, 2025, particularly in the Dohuk and Erbil regions. Basra crude oil suffers weekly losses of more than 6%. Economy, 10:38 the 8th of September 2025 Mawazin News. Baghdad Basra crude oil prices recorded a significant weekly loss of more than 6%. The prices were as follows. Basra heavy crude closed in the last trading session yesterday, Friday, down 87 cents to reach $64.73 per barrel, recording a weekly loss of $4.55, equivalent to 6.57%. Basra medium crude closed in the same session down 87 cents to reach $67.98, recording a weekly loss of $4.35, equivalent to 6.01%. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com